Hello friends, here we are back, Hans's kitchen. What we're going to do today is a South German specialty. It's a bacon pancake that we can eat for breakfast, snack, or even dinner. Breakfast, you might not going to have a green salad with it, but for a snack or for dinner, what better than bacon and salad. So, I got some egg yolks in there, 4 to be precise. Added my flour and add a bit of milk. Now, I'm going to make one nice big pancake. So, should be about the right texture and consistency so far. So what I said is I have egg yolks in here, not whole eggs, egg yolks. And what I did just a minute ago, I whisked the egg whites to a stiff peak. Now those of you who are very young or not very apt at cooking probably don't know that, but I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper and a little bit of kosher salt. Not too much, because you know the bacon will be salty. So what I'm going to do is make sure this is smooth, no lumps, don't want to have it too thick, just a nice smooth texture. Good. Yep, that looks about right. I added salt and cayenne pepper as a seasoning. And what I'm going to add now, and carefully fold in, is the egg white that I whipped up earlier to a stiff peak. What this does is it makes it light and fluffy. Now, those of you, like I said, who are a bit younger or are not so interested in cooking, or were not so interested in cooking, you probably add baking powder if you make them fresh and don't use a package. But there was a time in good restaurants where this was how we made a pancake. Obviously it doesn't work on a breakfast buffet because the whisked egg will deflate very quickly, but as for taste, there is just nothing better than that. And the texture is also different. So we got this done. This is our pancake batter. I got my pan heating up here next to this. Gonna heat up this one here now. And okay, don't want to over mix it. Good. So, got my pan, have some butter in there. Add my bacon. I want to crisp that bacon really nice. That'll take a minute or two. So, you can also get this usually in Austria, some parts of Switzerland, usually in what we call Gasthaus or Wirtschaft, which are simple beer restaurants where you eat small snacks like that, or not so small. But this would be a typical offering in a Gasthaus or Wirtschaft in southern Germany and Austria. So, this is coming up to heat slowly but surely. And as I said earlier, you can serve this with a variety of things. If you eat it for breakfast, you probably just have a glass of milk with it or orange juice. For a midday snack, Well, in southern Germany, you probably have a glass of beer with it, or a glass of red wine. But as a meal or for dinner, typically you serve it with a nice green salad and maybe some other accompaniments, some cheese on the top and so forth. So this is coming up nice. Okay, just another minute. It's a shame that the art of pancake making is lost so much these days. It is the simple thing in the world. As you see, to make the butter takes not even 5 minutes. And the result is so much more satisfying, so much better and more satisfying. So, almost there. Now, because my pan doesn't have, or rather has a plastic handle, I cannot put it in the oven. Typically what we do is, in order to make it rise even more, we give it color on both sides and then leave it in the oven for a few minutes, and it will rise to about 3 times or maybe even 4 times its original thickness, which is a good thing. So we're almost there. Okay, ooh, the smell of that is just wonderful. Now you could add a little bit of garlic to this, just a tiny bit. And although I use garlic for just about everything here, I prefer not to. You could also add some apple slices into this, would make a wonderful addition, some caramelized apples. Of course, apple and pork goes wonderful together. So, good. Now, all the pork fat that has rendered would be a little bit too much to cook my pancake in. So, I'm going to get rid of some of it. Obviously, we're not going to throw it away. We're going to use it for other dishes. Alright, yeah, there we go. Good eating. So, I'm going to get rid of some of the fat. Put that in a little bowl here. Okay. Now we're cooking. And I'm going to add our dough, or rather our butter. Wow, this is good eating. Okay. Now, obviously, we got to be careful not to burn that cake. Turn it down a little bit and cook it slowly. Now, in order to do that, since I cannot put it in the oven, I'll put a little cover on top. Cook this for a minute or 2. Okay. And make sure it's not too hot. I like my pancake nice and golden, not black. Bella is standing right next to me. She's waiting. She knows part of it will be hers. Okay. Make sure, oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, it's going to take a couple of more minutes. Nothing to it. In the meantime, what I've done here, I prepared a little romaine lettuce, chives, some nice little grape tomatoes in a simple raspberry and olive oil vinaigrette.